Happy WIP Wednesday, everybody. I know I haven't been on for a while, so I thought I'd just jump in really quickly to show you kind of what I'm working on and maybe give you some ideas for some fun things that you can make as maybe gifts or something great for yourself. So let's see. So WIP Wednesday. So what I'm working on right now, I actually have a few things because monogamy is not for me when it comes to knitting. So I'm working on these really gorgeous socks. It's just a basic, I think it's the basic vanilla sock from Summer Lee. And it is a colorway from Superglow Fibres, which I talked about in my flock video. And I have come to love everything bold about Superglow. So this is the Flock Island. It's the exclusive colorway that was from Flock over the summer back in August in Seattle. And so these are kind of my in the background knitting project, and I didn't count my repeats for my leg until after I finished the first one. And so I went back and I just counted all of these on the first leg, and this is right here. It's pretty cool. I love the pattern. And so I just went through and you can see all of these stitch markers. These are actually counting the number of rounds. I did 77 rounds on this leg before it's time to start creating the heel. And I always do a heel flap and gusset just because I have a really high instep and that seems to be the best thing to fit me. So, and then there's my little bougie stitch markers and my macaron. I collect these from all different kinds of places, so I honestly don't know where I got it. So sorry if this was, I got that from you, but I love the bougie. Let's see. So that's this stitch marker or that project. And then I also have, I'll go in levels of completion. So that's like 1.5. It's 75% of the done. And then I have, the plumped up cowl. Oh baby, is this thing squishy. So you may not be able to tell, but the squish factor on this, I mean, look at the bounce back. It's incredible. So this was my very first brioche project, so I'm rather impressed with my own self, if I might say so. And it is for Spin Cycle is doing a plump along, and there was like 6-week window starting from November 1st to December 13th. And I decided I'd had the yarn already picked out for the plumped up cowl that Andrea Mowry came out with last year. And so I did the plumped up cowl, and it's in Spin Cycle Plump. And the colorway on the front, this is Tough Love. And that was a color they introduced at Flock this year. And then on the back is Playful Pop. And this is the Grocery Girls exclusive colorway from Spin Cycle. So I love both of those. And so now all I have to do, I've already woven in the ends, I've already blocked it. So I simply have to, the pattern's great. It tells you to put some stitch markers at the sides where you're going to be seaming. And so I just have to seam where those stitch markers, whoops, where the stitch markers live. And so it's just basically going to get seamed up like this and really easy to throw on, and I have a great neck warmer, and I'll probably be able to wear it for like 15 minutes, then I'll have to take it off because I'm sweating. So that is the Plumped Up Cowl by Andrea Mowry for the Spin Cycle Plump Along. And then I have, this is a, let's see, this is a really easy gift. So that this cowl took me 10 days to knit the whole thing. And that was with learning brioche because I'd never done brioche before. There's some mistakes that were made, and you can probably find them if you look close enough. Like right here, if you see that right there, that's supposed to go all the way down. So somehow I messed up when I started my, my next row. But it took me 10 days to knit this, and then I'll just have to seam it up. The blocking took about 3 days because it was so wet and hard to get all dry because of the thickness of it. So this is a very easy, simple project. And again, it's the Plumped Up Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And it takes 2 skeins of a plump yarn, and you do them in contrasting really cool colors, and that way your brioche looks awesome. Quick and easy gift. And this one right here, so this is the Keyhole Cowl knitting pattern. It's a free one on Ravelry, so it's a great affordable option. And I got this over the weekend when I went to Sacred Sheep. This is from Oshen Fibres, And I think it's called Desert Flower is the colorway. It is their Surrey alpaca, and it is just scrumptious and so soft. And so this is a really quick gift knit as well. I'm making this for someone who is to be named on December 26th. So I can't talk about it until December 26th. I can tell you who it's for. But yeah, so this is a pretty quick knit. I've been doing this for probably, I got the yarn on Saturday and I think I started it Sunday evening. So it's Wednesday. So I think pretty good progress. And you basically just go holding your yarn double until you run out. So it's a really nice way just to use up a single lace weight skein. Do be careful if you're pulling from the center pull of the ball. Sadly, mine had a yarn baby that was DOA, so I had to pull this out and then just add my stitches, add my yarn back in, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay, and then finally, the other project I'm working on right now is the Freckled Mittens. It's a test pattern by my friend Jess of SuchBullKnit. Isn't that SuchBullKnit? I love it. She's a bulldog owner and rescuer, and so that's her little logo right there. And so this is a test pattern. I have to have it done by December 28th. I promised I would. And mittens, I can do. I think I can do this in 6 weeks. So all I have right now is my test swatch. This is also in Oshen Fibres. It's in their DK. And I can't remember the colorways to save my life right now. I think this is Desert Flower. This is the same color as the Surrey alpaca that I have. So I know that one's Desert Flower. Oh, and if I look inside the ball band, the other color is Entangled, and it's in Deep Current DK. And so this is my swatches. I'm trying to decide, do I want the turquoise or the teal and orange, or do I like the teal and purple? And just my little tip for swatching, it's still a little damp, but so this is supposed to be done in the round. So I swatch it from one side, and then I basically pull my yarn back up to the other side to start over as if I was going in a circle. And then I knit across that extra loop. So it does come up with some wonky little loops on the ends when you're all done, but you don't have to cut your yarn. So you don't have to have all those strands across the back from pulling across and knitting. You basically pull out enough yarn to knit, and so that'll bring your yarn back. So I actually have everything stuck on here. So for example, my yellow yarn, my orange yarn is at the end right now. And so if I want to add another row, I basically pick up enough yarn that I need to knit across. And I don't need a ton because this is just for the freckles that are put in there. And basically I would start knitting from the slack yarn here, and it would leave this tail. I don't like to cut my yarn because if I cut it, then I can't use it as easily. And I don't like cutting, and I don't like weaving it in. So it's not cut. So you can see I still have it attached to all the balls that I've been testing. So it's a little bit of a hot mess, but that's me. And so I still have my working yarn coming off the ball, but I'm working with this yarn across the back, and I just knit those stitches in. And it's typically like 3 or 4 lengths of what you need across, and then whatever's left over just leaves these funky little loopies on the side. So if I need this for knitting, if I need more yarn, I can literally pull this out and my yarn will be as if it was never cut. Also, if you notice, I have some little loops right here. I do yarn overs in my swatches to tell me what the size of my needle is. And I do this I use American sizes, US sizes. If you see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a US size 5. And down here, I think it's, let's see, where's those loops? Those loops I think are down here. Yeah, you can see them a little down here. I have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, because that was the size 4. The pattern calls for the 4, but I think I'm going to do better on the 5 or even a 6. I like the 5. What do you think? And do you have a preference? Orange and teal or lavender and teal? What do you think? Let me know down below. All right, so that's everything for WIP Wednesday. I hope you are making something fantastic. And if you're looking for some holiday gift ideas, these are a few of them. So a pair of mittens, a little triangle scarflet, or something super bulky. I'm gonna do the hat next, I think, the plumped up hat next. So those are some ideas for you. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you soon.